Good morning, dear children. Now, today I will be explaining you the second part of the Sound of Music chapter. As I told you that day only, that this chapter has been divided into two parts, and this we know that I had taught you. I had given you the video of the first part, but both these parts are associated with the subject of music and the personalities who made music their life. Now, the first part dealt about Eveline Glennie, who turned out to be the most sought after musician internationally in spite of her disability. Now, what was her disability? That she could not hear. Okay, she was deaf, but she was not deaf by her birth. She gradually lost her hearing power, but how she overcame her disability and she became one of the sought after xylophone player, one of sought after musician of her times, is what the chapter was about. Now, here the second part deals about Bismillah Khan. Okay, now Bismillah Khan was India's most revered Shehnai maestro. That means he was very famous for playing Shehnai. Now children, you can look at this. We are talking about Bismillah Khan, and he was born on 21st March 1916 in Dumrao, Bihar. Okay, and he died in 2006 in Varanasi. That means almost at the age of 90 years. He used to play Shehnai, and he has been awarded with the highest civilian award, that is the Bharat Ratna, also Padma Vibhushan and Padma Bhushan also. Okay, so let us just go through this chapter and find out what is there in this part of the chapter. Now, this part of the lesson throws light on the origin of Shehnai. That means how Shehnai, the instrument, originated, and the contributions of Ustad Bismillah Khan to bring this musical instrument onto the classical stage. That means how Bismillah Khan became so famous and how this instrument became so famous. That is all we will come to know through this chapter. Now, you know, Pungi was a musical instrument, and it was banned by King Aurangzeb because of its unpleasant sound. Now, Pungi, you can search in the Google how it looked like, and earlier times, Pungi was played in the palaces of emperors. Now, when Aurangzeb became the emperor, he banned its playing in his palace, because for him it did not create any pleasant sound. The sound that came out of the pungi was very unpleasant. Okay, so he banned it. Now, there was one barber. Barber is one who cuts hair. Yes, so the one of the member of the barber family, his family also belonged to professional musicians. Okay, now this barber had brought several changes in this instrument until it produced soft and melodious sounds. That means he made several holes in on the original pungi, and because of the wind, this bansuri and all, they make, because these are the instruments which are played by the movement of wind. Okay, as you close the hole, and the way the wind process the different strings that are inside the instrument, and that is how the sound produces. So he made several changes in the pungi until and unless it started producing melodious sound, and then he played it before the royalty, that means King Aurangzeb, and he got immense appreciation. Okay, now since it was first played in Shah's chamber by a nai, in Hindi a barber is called a nai and Shah is the king. So the instrument came to be known as Shehnai. Okay, so you know how Shehnai got its name. Now, The sound of Shehnai began to be considered auspicious, means very holy, बहुत पवित्र मानते हैं इसको. But its use was limited to temples and weddings. You know, in temples only, and during wedding times you only hear the Shehnais. Now it was Bismillah Khan who popularized this instrument in India and abroad, because he was one of the pioneers in playing this instrument. Okay, now Bismillah Khan belonged to the Banaras Gharana. That means there are many gharanas of musicians, and he belonged to this Banaras Gharana. Okay, now he was born on 21st March. You have already read that. His father, grandfather and other paternal ancestors were great Shehnai players. Now paternal means belongs to the side of the fathers. Okay, and maternal means side of the mothers. So Bismillah Khan began to show his interest in music when he was just 5 years old. Now since all his parents and grandparents belonged to the musical family, and particularly Shehnai players they were, so he had naturally interest in his music when he was just 5 years old. So as a young child he would regularly go to the Biharji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chet. Okay, now there is a particular song, it is in Bhojpuri and it is known as Chet. So he used to go to the Biharji temple, that is also in Bihar, to sing that Chet. Now when he used to go there, he watched his maternal uncles practicing Shehnai with great fascination. That means too much interest. Slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument. That means he started getting lessons. His fathers and forefathers started teaching him how to play the instrument. Okay, and he used to sit for the whole day practicing that. That means he was also very much interested in playing it. So he made the river Ganga his favorite spot to practice. In solitude means in alone. Solitude means alone. Nobody is there to disturb him. So at the age of 14, he accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. He, along with his uncle, went to Allahabad Music Conference, where he got huge appreciation at the end of the recital. That means he was hugely appreciated for playing the Shehnai. Now what happened in 1938, the All India Radio in Lucknow, you know, you listen to the FMs these days, but in olden times only All India Radio channel was there available on the radio. So when this All India Radio channel opened, the Bismillah Khan got a great break. Break means he got a chance. Now his Shehnai came to be heard very often on radio after that. Okay, now why is he so famous? Because he did something which made history. What he did? When India got its independence on 15th August 1947, he greeted the independent India with his Shehnai. Okay, in Red Fort. Now after he played Shehnai, then what happened? Then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, he gave his speech after that. So he travelled far and wide, giving many memorable performances, and he got many national and international awards. He became the first Indian to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in USA. He also took part in World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in Osaka Trade Fair. And these were the international fame. What about the national awards? As I told you, he has got Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, and all these awards. And the highest civilian award that can be given to a person is the Bharat Ratna. Okay, so in 2001 he was awarded the Bharat Ratna also. Bismillah Khan loved his country very deeply. That means he loved India very much, and when he was in a foreign country, he kept on yearning. That means he longed for coming back to India only. Okay, as he was very fond of Dumrao, that means the place where he was born, and Banaras. He could not stay away from Banaras because the river Ganga was there, and the river Ganga was the place where he used to practice playing Shehnai for a long time. Also, he got huge success in the celluloid world. Celluloid world means through TVs and all shows that can be watched through TVs and all. He gave his music in 2 films. His composition Diyu Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya. This song turned out to be a nationwide record breaker. But for him, since he was very old and he belonged to that era, so he could not come in terms with the artificial glamour of the film world, and that is why he did not devote too much to films, and he remained a true devotee of music throughout his life. Okay, children, so you listen to this, and I hope you have understood the chapter. You listen to this video twice, thrice, unless you understand it totally, and I will be sending you the question answers soon.